Hello everyone, let's get you a message for today. The energy has been a lot today. We've got 10 of Wands coming out reversed though, which is a good sign. The burden is being released. And I was feeling that today, a lot of emotions, right? Scorpio season, here we are. I was definitely feeling some purging, some release of burdens that have piled up. And I feel that could be a collective theme right now, is that's what Scorpio is about, right? A lot of times during this time of year, burdens, things we've been energetically, psychically, emotionally holding on to, they tend to come up to the surface for this kind of release. So if you're feeling emotional, if you're feeling any kind of like rituals of cleansing as well, that's why. It's because there's a need to transform. Death and rebirth, right? There's a transformation, there are deaths happening so that new life can begin in its place. 10 of Cups, reverse. This is bittersweet. Interesting. So something's being released, but it's very bittersweet for you. 10 of Swords reversed on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay. Okay, interesting. So it's like something that you've been carrying for a really long time. A heavy, heavy weight that you probably didn't even realize you were carrying. Maybe it's just become like background for you, is being released and it's being asked to be released. And you're kind of in the process of confronting that probably within yourself. Like it's not leaving you alone, but it's bittersweet because something about it meant a lot to you, or in holding on to it, there's a lot of your identity wrapped up in it. 10 of Swords, yeah, it's like there's an inevitable ending to something. An ending that could have been painful or that involved betrayal of some kind that was not good in the end, right? Like in the end, it needed to die. It needs to pass on, but it's still tricky, right? Because we're human. We attach ourselves to things and we feel connected to things, right? We feel connected to parts of ourselves, and it's always difficult when anything, good or bad, wants to leave our life. So be soft with yourself at this time is what I'm hearing. And this is just really confirmation. So Spirit, can you tell me more about this? Thank you. This beautiful, lovely collective. High Priestess. This is requiring you to really use your intuition and to really see things from... You're really having to like look into the mystery of it all and look at the bigger picture is what I'm getting here. 8 of Wands, and it's coming like, okay, yeah. It's almost like this is hitting you out of nowhere is what I'm getting. It's like one moment you're fine, and then all of a sudden, all of this upheaval is just happening within you. You're like, where is this coming from? Like this burden, this emotion, this whatever. But if you are able to kind of zoom out with your intuition, you're able to see how this built up and how this happened and why this is taking place for you. I'm seeing that this process is happening almost faster than you might like. It's happening a little bit faster than is comfortable. Maybe in the past you've healed things as well that felt like it was like long, you know, like months long, years long process to overcome things. But there's something about this that feels like it's really wanting to be released, almost, and I say almost because nothing's ever urgent, but it's almost urgent. It almost feels like it's just very ready. It's just very ready, but it's like your ego and you did, it's like, I wasn't ready. Where did this come from? And it's almost like it had to hit you out of nowhere for you to kind of just deal with it right in the moment, like to not give you time to think about it. It's kind of like, oh, here we go, here we are. This is how I feel. This is what's coming up. The World reverse, 4 of Wands reverse, and a King of Cups. 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is the release of something that made you feel a sense of home within. I feel like something about this made you feel like you were home. And this could be with someone. The King of Cups here obviously talks to like a masculine, intuitive, emotional figure, but that could also be you too. Like you're releasing something that at one time felt like the world was in your hands. It felt like the world was complete, you know, your whole world was just perfect and dandy. And the Four of Wands reverse, it feels like, it really did feel like this is a forever home kind of thing. Maybe this is a literal home, not sure. But the King of Cups, it's like, I get that the King of Cups, yeah, it could be someone else, but I also get that it could be you, and that you learned a lot from this time. You learned a lot about yourself and about your own emotions and emotional maturity. You matured a lot through this cycle and this time, and that's why it's bittersweet, because there's so much emotional richness tied up here. But it's become, like I said, really heavy and exhausting for you to carry with the Nine of Wands here. It's become really exhausting for you to continue carrying something about this. It's like you've matured and you have grown, but this situation has not, hence why it has to leave, or these emotions, or what you're holding on to about a past cycle. It has to be let go of and released so that something new can be moved into. This is just a natural part of your growth I'm getting here. What else, Spirit? Like you're in the final stretch of something here. The Knight of Wands is coming out again here. So yeah, that Knight of Wands really wanted to come out when I was just talking about the final stretch. It's like you're in the final stretch of something. Take that how it resonates. It could be the final stretch of just a season. It could be the final stretch of a relationship. It could be the final stretch of a job. It could be the final stretch of anything. But the Lover's in reverse. It tells me that for some of you, it's like the love in the situation, or the harmony that you once had, this is Gemini energy, has kind of become like, it's not really there anymore. For whatever reason, this can be for so many reasons, right? This is like the story of life, when union or harmony or love just doesn't exist in something any longer. Yeah. What else here, Spirit? Thank you. Death reverse, the Chariot reverse, and the Four of Cups reverse. It's like something doesn't want to die, and maybe that's just, again, this resistance you have to something dying or ending. But it could also be that, it could also just be that something is, it's not that this thing is necessarily like fully dying, it's that it's being reborn into something else. Like, it's not like it's a total loss. This could be part of that bittersweetness, right? Like, I don't know, I just got the image of like, you have to move from your house, but you're really just moving down the street to another house, or, you know, I don't know, just like the end of an era. Like you're in school and maybe it's like you're finishing up one year and having to go to the next year, the next part of your, like the next level kind of thing. It's one of those things where it's almost like not a full death, but it feels like death because it is the death of a certain cycle. That you really like have persevered with. Again, like that Nine of Wands, you've persevered, you've really held your head up, you really worked hard, invested a lot into this, and it took a lot of emotional labor and a lot of strength, Cancer energy with the Chariot, to move through the obstacles you moved through, even when you didn't want to. But it's like, yeah, you feel stuck now. You feel stuck and you really want to be released from the stuckness. And as much as you want to be released from the stuckness, that's why this reading's coming out, is because it's hard. It's never easy to let go of something important to you. It's never easy, but it's worth it, and it has to be done. It's just one of those truths of life that you have to allow death, you have to allow the crumbling to unveil new life. What else? I feel like these are going to be the last cards. Now the Eight of Wands reverse here. Wonder why. Eight of Wands reverse, Page of Cups reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. The King of Wands reverse as well here. And we have the Queen of Wands reverse on the bottom of the deck and the Four of Swords reverse here. Okay. This is the part of the reading where it talks about be patient with yourself. Even if all this is happening, even if it's happening quickly, be patient with yourself, be patient with your emotions, and be honest with yourself too. take a look at the situation, reflect. Like, this is the time for reflection. I feel, again, yeah, Scorpio, it's like that feeling when you know something is supposed to end, but it's like you're resisting it. You're kind of just, again, like, yeah, that final stretch where you know something has to end emotionally that meant something to you maybe at a time when you were younger, more naive, maybe more idealistic, a little more, yeah, just like emotionally entangled even in something that you're seeing more clearly now. Like, you've grown into the Queen of Pentacles where you're more grounded, you're more stable, and you have more wisdom. You see things more realistically. You see things in a way that's more like the mother, right? It's like the wise mother, the Queen of Pentacles to me, like that wise mother, the oak tree, right? That you go up to, and they just have all this wisdom from the years and millennia they've been there, and they see things from just a very grounded, realistic perspective. And the King of Wands reverse, it's like, yeah, maybe your ego's blocked you. Maybe your ego has blocked you from seeing this clearly thus far, and that's why it's all coming up here, because finally your emotions are actually being seen. You've been pushing forward, you've been trying to avoid this in some way, but you know now. You know it has to be addressed, and it has to be transformed and moved through. As scary as that can sound, it has to be allowed to enter that unknown space, that Scorpio's darkness, to come out as something else. But you will make it through, and you will be a much better person for it in the end. A much more self-respecting person, much more centered person. I love you lots. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.